In Genesis 24, an unnamed servant of Abraham was given a daunting task. He was to travel to a distant village and find a wife for his master's son. Abraham gave him specific instructions on how to find this woman, not from among the pagans, but from among Abraham's own countrymen. That's not a lot to go on. How will I pick a wife for someone else? Can't Isaac just go along with me? What if I find a girl I think is suitable, but she won't come back with me? What if Isaac is displeased with my choice? With some amount of reassurance and a couple of escape clauses, Abraham sent the servant on his way. And on his way, the servant appealed to the God of Abraham for help. While we don't know just how much this servant knew of Abraham's God, he at least knew this, that God had been faithful to his master in making promises and in delivering on promises made. This God was trustworthy, and his love for Abraham was clearly steadfast in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. As the servant approached the village, he prayed, "O Lord God of my master Abraham, please grant me success today and show steadfast love to my master Abraham. Behold, I am standing by the spring of water, and the daughters of men of the city are coming out to draw water. Let the young woman to whom I shall say, 'Please let down your jar that I may drink,' and who shall say, 'Drink, and I will water your camels,' let her be the one whom you have appointed for your servant Isaac. By this I shall know that you have shown steadfast love to my master." Notice how, as in last week's video, the prayer leans on the character of God to be who He is. He asks God to demonstrate once more His constant love to Abraham. We will see that theme recurring again and again in the prayers of the faithful. So this servant knows about God's character and His ability, and he knows that God's love for Abraham is a fact that can be relied upon. But notice also this prayer is entirely consistent with the known will of God, to bless the world through Abraham's descendants. So well in keeping with God's own will was this prayer that God essentially takes on the role of servant to Abraham's servant by doing exactly what the servant requested, verbatim. The servant asked God for a very specific response from the maiden of choice, and she responded exactly as the servant had asked. Great, so Isaac got a wife, Abraham got affirmation of God's love for him, but what effect did this prayer have upon the one who prayed it? Notice the response of the servant to hearing Rachel parrot the exact words that he had prayed to God. The servant bowed his head and worshiped the Lord and said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his steadfast love and his faithfulness toward my master." You see, the benefit to the servant was that he saw God more clearly in that moment of dawning trial than he had ever seen him before. He experienced God in a new way that overwhelmed him, and it turned what could have been a disastrous venture into one that benefited everyone, including himself. When we're under pressure, we would do well to think about the steadfast, loving kindness of God toward us, who are the sons of Abraham by faith. Pray unselfishly for your God to reveal His mighty hand in ways that we know are consistent with His will. Then you'll be well positioned to ask for what you need. Then, watch and see whether God will reveal His steadfast loving kindness to you or to those for whom you're praying.